Hey guys, welcome back. It's Anna. Okay, just really quick, I just wanted to show you all the notebooks that I'm hoping to get to in 2020. I think I've mentioned a couple at least in my 2020 journal and planner lineup video, which will be linked down below in case you haven't seen it. I went through my stash. I pulled out ones that I am just going to make it a goal to use because my budget for stationery has changed for this year. I am on a tighter budget, and so buying my favorite insert for my traveler's notebook isn't going to be feasible on the regular basis that I go through them. And so it's going to be interesting, but also good for me because I do know that I have several blank notebooks that I need to use up. And it's something that I've talked about. It's been a stash that's built up for many years and I'm still going through it. And so here is what I'm hoping to get to this year. I'm going to get creative. We're going to just go through it. Right on top, I've got this black paper notebook. It is an A6. Is it A6? I don't know. It just looks too small to be an A6. But I got it on AliExpress because it was really hard to find black paper notebooks. I think several have popped up since I've gotten this, but black paper notebooks are a little beyond my budget right now. So after this, I did get a roll of black paper that I can just try to make my own. But notebook wise, here's one that I'm going to use. I think I'm going to make this my next journal. Hardcovers, I've been less motivated to use only because it doesn't expand well, and I do use a lot of photos in my journals. Obviously, I've already kind of just tested to see how the jelly rolls work in it. But I love using black paper. I love using silver gel pen on it. And so I think I'm going to just have to get creative with how I do photos in here, or maybe use a separate notebook and then use this for a different kind of journal. I don't know. But this is one I'm very excited to move into, and I think it will be my next one. I've got several junk journals that I kind of uncovered in my boxes when I was going through things. This is an unfinished one that I made last year. I didn't even finish hand stitching it together, but it's just made up of a bunch of papers that I was trying to use up last year. It was part of a few inserts that I made for the summertime. I think it was around my One Book July era. No, not last year, for 2018. That's when I made this, and I uncovered it, so I think I'm just going to use this sometime in the spring or summer, maybe add a few more papers in there to bulk it up and make it a little thicker, but that is one that I will be using. I've made this junk journal in the beginning of my junk journal days when it just kind of started becoming a thing on the internet, and I just started my channel, so it's got scrapbook papers from way back in the day and made up of just kind of recycled materials from an old card that I had. Yeah, a lot of these papers kind of bring back memories because I haven't looked at these in a long time, but I definitely want to fill this up. As you can see, it's not very thick. I can add more to it. And I'm looking forward to turning that into a journal. This one, I think I talked about it in 2016 when I first moved to Washington and when Stationery Minimalism kind of was born. I was getting rid of a lot of boxes of hoarded paper, memories that I didn't know what to do with, and I turned that into one huge junk journal insert. And it is filled with papers that I'd been saving from high school, throughout my life, just pretty things that I've just been holding on to. It is all in here. There's like things from pen pals, old images of, you know, Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge in here. My goodness, it's lots of memories in here, but obviously it's not filled with words. The pen hasn't hit this yet. And so I'm going to make it a point to definitely tackle this and use it as a journal. And so that, I mean, look at how bulky it is already. I'm gonna have fun with that one. And then I've got all of these that are still pretty much in their package. I've talked about this many times. It's my favorite junk journal that I've made ever. It's all bird themed. It's all things that I've collected through many years with tea-stained paper. I am reluctant to use this because I think it just makes me sad knowing that once it's filled, it's done. I know you're probably thinking, well, you could just make another one. My junk journal days are kind of over. I've made a lot. I can make an insert, but it's just not going to have the curated ephemera that I've had over the years that I've put effort into. Like, this is from a pen pal letter, things that I've just collected for a long time, and I've just added it. I've put a lot of effort into this, and it's beautiful, and I've just been so reluctant to use it. I had plans to use it for 2019, and then I didn't. So I'm really hoping that this year I will get to it, because it also makes me sad that it's just sitting there, not loved. And so I am going to make a great effort to use this. This, a friend gifted me before I left Washington, and I am very much hoping that I can get to it this year. It's this beautiful London notebook. She said that it made her think of me because I love London and love England, and I am definitely going to try to get to it this year because it needs love and I want to use it. It makes me think of our friendship and just Washington. Good memories are tied to it. Same with this one, Rick Steves. He has a store in Edmonds. I used to live near there, and I love Rick Steves. I grew up watching him. I got a couple notebooks from his store when we were in Edmonds, and this just makes me, it motivates me to save money to travel. It inspires me. Like, just holding this just makes me want to use it. And so that's on the list of ones that I want to use. Larger notebooks. I've had this for a long time. This I think I got from my first trip to Kinokuniya. And I love the cover. It's so pretty. It looks like a vintage book. I'm not usually one to journal in the size, but the paper is beautiful. It is so smooth. It's great quality. And I have several of like the tiny little notebooks of these. And I'm looking forward to using that. Along the same size of those are these. I talked about this in my 2019 favorites, stationery favorites video. These were on clearance from a store that was closing, and they were awfully cute, and they were $1. So I thought I would use those for journaling this year, and those were pretty much the only notebooks that I got for 2019. I didn't buy any aside from, I think, the 13 insert for my traveler's notebook. So I'm on a good roll. I think this is going to be good that I've kind of piled up what I want to use to visually see what I've got to work with. And this is not an intimidating pile to me. It may be for some people, but I think for me, this is completely doable, especially since I'm not going to be using very many number 13 inserts this coming year, I don't think. And so here's the goal. 2020, let's do this. We're going to tackle more blank notebooks, and I'm excited. This is going to be great. All right. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching and kind of joining me on this journey. It's been great sharing with you and motivating too, because I get a lot of sweet comments from you guys. So happy journaling, guys. Bye.